What's going on, people? This is Donnie. This is Blind with Sight. My first time doing this. Shout out to the person who gave me the name to do this. But I'm coming at y'all today with a video, and I'm just gonna say it like this here. And I'm coming at my peoples. If we want things to be fixed on the inside, on the outside, we gotta fix them from the inside, peoples. Once again, if we want things to be fixed on the outside, we got to fix them from the inside. You know what I'm saying? We have to start loving one another, start being there for one another, start looking up one another, calling one another, making sure that each other's all right. We got to love each other whether good, bad, or indifferent, whether we agree or whether we disagree. We got to start loving one another, and we got to start fixing each other's up from the inside. We ain't doing that. Ain't nothing gonna happen on the outside. No matter what they do for us on the outside, it ain't gonna really matter, and it ain't gonna really work. You see, the thing is, the enemy don't mind if you toe up on the outside. It really don't bother him not a bit if you toe up on the outside. Matter of fact, that's what he wants you to be. He wants you to be toe up. But if you're fixed on the inside, then he can't mess with you on the outside because he already know that you got your priorities and things straight. Y'all, we in this era now to where if we don't agree with each other, we cancel each other. And that's the wrong thing to do. The worst thing we can do as a black people is let the enemy come in and tear the house up. That's the worst thing we can do. When the enemy came and took the man up out the house with Mr. Welfare, that tore us up, man. It tore us to shreds in all type of ways, shapes, and forms. Y'all, we need to be better at that. We need to be better with that. We need to understand that everything that the enemy means for us is not good. Once again, we got to understand that everything that the enemy means for us is not good. Just because he put that candy out there and give you free reign to eat it, doesn't mean that it's good for you. A lot of things by God's right that the enemy's putting out there, it ain't good for us. They're not good for us. All this LGBT and all that other mess, y'all, that ain't good for us. That don't strengthen us, it weakens us. And anything that don't strengthen us, we don't need it. Because we swear up and down, we swear up and down we're oppressed. We swear up and down that we in the place where we can't get ahead. When the truth is, we can get ahead. We can get ahead if we look out for each other. We can get ahead if we know what's going on with each other and we know what the enemy's trying to do to us. We can get ahead. We have to understand that all this divisiveness, it ain't good for us. It's just tearing us up. It really, 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 truly is. So, once again, y'all, if we want things to be fixed on the outside, if we want things to be cleaned up on the outside, we got to clean up the inside. We got to clean up things that's on the inside, folks. We really, 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 truly do. And we got to understand. that all these movement groups and everything that the enemy's putting out, aka Black Lives Matter and all that other bull mess, yeah, that ain't for us. That's not for us. Because if our lives really mattered, they'd check on you and see what's going on with you, even when it ain't political based. If our lives really did matter, then when we bust on each other, they'd be out there just as much as they do when the police act a fool. Whether we innocent, whether we guilty or innocent, y'all, we gotta understand. Yes, our lives do matter. Yes, they do. I would never say our lives don't matter. Yes, they do. But they gotta matter to us before they can matter to anybody else. They got to matter to us before they can matter to anybody else. And they gotta matter to us in the right way. In the right way. If it ain't the right way, y'all, we don't need it. If it's got us to the point to where we tearing up our own communities and things like that, or just tearing up stuff, period. Yo, it ain't for us. It ain't for us. And people need to stop throwing around that white supremacy and all that other bull crap, y'all. Because if it was really, I mean, I'm coming at y'all I'm coming at y'all from a person's mindset who's went against white supremacists, fought them, took head up phase with them. We got to stop throwing around this word like it's nothing. Cause I'm a late '70s baby. I was born in '76. I grew up in the '80s. I grew up in the '90s. And to tell you the honest to goodness truth, my first racial experiences, they weren't with white people. They were with Mexicans. Yeah. I remember one year going to Carver Elementary. Shout out to them. George Washington Carver. Got put on there too. But anyway, I remember going there one year, me playing with a gang of little Mexican girls in the sandbox. Then I remember taking a short break. School's over. School's out. All of a sudden, the new school year starts up. And the next school year, them same Mexican girls, man, couldn't play in sandbox with them no more. Matter of fact, we couldn't even be seen around them. You know what I'm saying? We was going to war with them. I also remember later on in my life moving to Palmdale and going to war with the white boys. Yeah, the white supremacist groups, the Supreme White Powers, and the Palmdale Pickerwoods, and the Nazi lowriders and all that. I remember the wars, y'all, and they were brutal. They were brutal. You know what I'm saying? Today we ain't got that like that. Today we're able to go to school and do whatever we want to do, how we want to do it, where we want to do it at. But they throw around this stuff so easily, like it's just a thing to do. And we need to understand, we need to stop hollering wolf when the wolf ain't out there. Stop hollering all oppression and all this other stuff when it ain't really out there. Because the saying goes, if you keep calling out evil, you'll get it. You keep calling out death, you'll get it. You keep calling out destruction, you'll get it. Let's stop focusing on all the negative and start focusing on the positive. You know, let's um let's start focusing on who's really there for us and who's really not there for us, people. Let's start focusing on what's really going on with everything and everything about us. Because if not, then it'll just all be a losing situation. it'll all just be a total complete loss. It'll just all be a total complete loss. Once again, if we want to fix what's on the outside, if we want the outside fixed, we gotta fix what's in the inside. This is Danny, blind with sight. I'm gonna come at y'all with more videos, and as I get more deeper, y'all, I'm gonna open up some pages, and I'm gonna open up some stuff that the enemy don't want you to see, but that God's allowed me to see, and I'm gonna give them to y'all as we go along. Please like, subscribe, whatnot. You know what I mean? My first time doing this stuff, and I'll get at y'all later. Yep, Donnie.